This play drill is about trying to switch the fields and understand that switching the fields is important in soccer. The way it sets up is that we basically make a square and we identify a halfway line essentially in both directions, which is what this is here. And what you divide them into two teams. And what we're trying to do is get blue to have the soccer ball and try to switch the field and pass the ball to a player out on the opposite side, one of these players. If they can go from their own half of the field to the other half, they score a point. So if from this side it'd be from here to here, from this side it'd be from like here to here, they score a point. Now they can score, so if they score, I'll use this one here. So if they just switch the field from the zone here, that's worth a point, that's worth a point. But if they can make a longer pass, let me use these two here, it's worth 2 points. So let's show you that here. So if they can pass from on their own side of the field all the way to this farthest corner, they get 2 points on that play. They go straight in, it's just worth one. So same thing if they were here, one, one, and then two. Because there should be more players in between, making that a harder pass to make. Um, when a player connects a pass, so let's say player two connects to five, player two will run off that field, come into that space, and then five will enter the space. They've received the switch, which could set up a chain reaction where five realizes they can go right to eight, and then eight's on the field, right? You can see that if the red team is not getting pressure on the ball properly. So that's the common point, like get pressure on the ball. Um, the other thing that can happen is that eight could realize, hey, I'm stuck right here with two all over me. I can make a safety pass backwards to my team. Eight comes off, but it creates a lane for five now to pass right to two and then step onto the field and maybe come on and get a quick and easy point. So it takes a little bit for the teams to understand what they're trying to do, but once they understand it, you'll start to see the smart players play super smart soccer, right? They'll use that safety pass to get an easy point very quickly in the process. Um, you also will learn if a player's selfish. Some players will be absolutely trapped and stuck in a corner, and they refuse to make the safety pass because they don't want to go off the field of play and get stuck on the outside for very long. So you can kind of encourage like unselfish play as part of this drill as well. Um, the other part of this is that you're trying to get everybody to be aware of what rules are and play in a complex experience so that they get used to thinking, right? What do I need to do in this situation? And so then when a soccer game happens, it becomes much easier in a soccer game because the rules are always the same. So we're trying to get them to understand that think hard right now in this drill, but then in a soccer game, it's much easier. Key points for everybody is obviously to spread out offensively and make a diamond shape. Defensively, mark individually, right? You got to mark up to stop the play. That's the keys. And so if you see everybody's, 5 feet away from each other, all like this and yelling for the ball, stop it, make them re-spread out. If you see players are all bunched up and not marking, stop the drill, make players remark players and get into a better position. We want to reinforce marking, we want to reinforce spreading out, we want to reinforce all those good points. Reinforce putting pressure on the ball. If for some reason the ball doesn't get out to an outside player for a long time, after a couple of minutes of play, rotate outside players in and just rotate out. Now this is set up as if you have 20 players. You can make a quick modification. If you don't have 20 players, you could literally get rid of all of these players and you could play this with 10. So if you say get rid of these players, and now what happens is the outside players need to understand they need to be running and finding open passes to find the ball, right? Where should they be to get the chain? So the ball goes here, it can hit here, right? It's the open lane, and they should be working and getting open lanes if you have less players. It's a good drill. It'll take a little bit for them to understand it, but once they understand it, it will absolutely help them get vision and work on using soccer and all, playing soccer in all directions and switching the field.